In the last few years, a lot of people have become aware about the importance of health insurance. And I'm sure many of you would have already bought a health plan. But even today, there are a lot of gaps in how people approach health insurance that can lead to a big financial shock later. For instance, I recently came across a case where a person already had a health insurance plan from his company. So for years, he thought, I already have company provided health insurance. Why should I spend extra money on personal health plan? His company provided 5 lakh health cover. But last year, he was diagnosed with severe dengue and had to be admitted to ICU for 6 days. Now, dengue sounds common, but when it turns serious and you end up in ICU, hospital bill can be very high. His total hospital bill came to about 3.8 lakh rupee. He thought he was covered, but that wasn't the real shock. His corporate policy had 20% co-payment clause, which means even within the insured amount, he had to bear 20% of the expenses himself. So from 3.8 lakh rupee bill, he had to pay 76,000 straight from his own pocket, despite having health insurance. But the worst part came later. He switched job 2 months after the recovery, and the day he left his old company, his corporate health cover was gone. He now had to buy a personal health policy. And because he just had a serious dengue incident with ICU admission, insurers flagged it. His new policy came with a higher premium and a waiting period for any similar critical illness going forward. Folks, there are a lot of people out there who simply rely on corporate plans. The problem is they don't know what is covered in their health plan and what is not. Usually, corporate health plans are not very comprehensive. Hence, I always suggest taking a separate health plan for entire family. Now take another example. A person purchased a health insurance policy online, but he simply opted for the cheapest plan available. Later, he needed a cardiac surgery that costed around 4.8 lakh rupee. But his policy had a disease-wise sublimit, where cardiac treatment were capped at 1.5 lakh rupee, which means remaining 3.3 lakh had to come entirely from his saving. So today the problem is not just that people don't have health insurance. The biggest problem is people not having the right health insurance. And what is right health insurance? Honestly, it depends. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. A young professional in his 20s with no medical history may simply need a solid base cover, good restoration benefit, and affordable premiums. The goal is to lock in a good policy early before any health issue does up. But a 38-year-old couple with 2 kids and parents will need a much higher sum insured, a strong family floater plan, and a good restoration benefit because they might end up making multiple health claims in a year. And for someone who already has health condition like diabetes, hypertension, the most important question becomes how quickly the policy covers pre-existing diseases. A plan with a long waiting period may not be useful for them at all. Even location matters. Someone living in a smaller city may not need an extremely large cover, but someone living in a metro where hospital costs are much higher would definitely need a large cover. And that's exactly why choosing a policy based on what your colleague or neighbor bought can be very risky. Now the catch is, there are hundreds of health insurance plans. How do you decide which is the most comprehensive one for you? So in today's video, I want to walk you through 2 of the strongest health plans available right now. We'll look at their key features, compare them directly, and I'll help you figure out which one actually makes sense for your situation. And for that, I've taken help from Ditto team, because they are genuinely working hard to ensure that every individual gets the right health plan. The best part of Ditto team is you can book a 30-minute free consultation call with them and discuss your specific conditions. Their advisors are IRDAI certified experts who look at your real life situation and tell you which plan is perfect for you and why. Not only that, in case of health claim, they handle the entire process end to end with you, from documentation to claim approval. And this is all free of cost. By the way, they never spam you with unnecessary call. No wonder they are rated 4.9 star out of thousands of reviews on Google. I've left the link in the pinned comment. Okay, now let me quickly take you to the first plan. So the first health plan that I would suggest is HDFC Ergo Optima Secure. Now if you look at the insurer profile, HDFC Ergo was established in 2002. That means company has got 24 years of track record where over the period of time they've built a very strong credibility. Next very important parameter is claim experience, which basically means is out of 100 claim people have made, how many have been settled. And HDFC Ergo has got 97% CSR, that is claim settlement ratio. That shows a very strong credibility. Next is hospital network, where they've got a very strong hospital network. Then very important KPI is complaint. And here HDFC Ergo has got only 9 complaint per 10,000 claim registered. And that reflects a very strong customer satisfaction and effective service. Next, if you look at the key feature, one of the features that stand out for HDFC Ergo Optima Secure is 2x secure benefit. Now what it means is you will get a 2x the cover you pay. So if you have taken 10 lakh of health cover, you are automatically entitled to 20 lakh of cover starting day one. I think this is a very important feature because the healthcare inflation in India is increasing at a fast rate. And that's where if you can get 2x secure benefit, it's a great feature to have. The next feature is co-payment clause, and HDFC Ergo Optima Secure has no co-payment. So that means that you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. Next is room rent. Again, there are no restriction on room rent. Again, this is a very important feature, room rent, because sometimes what happens is, let's say your room rent is 5,000 and you end up taking a room of 10,000. Now you might think that you only have to pay that difference, which is 5,000 rupee. But in reality, what happens is insurer may only pay you 50% of not just your room cost, but the entire hospital bill. That's why ensure that there is no room rent capping. Then if you look at disease-wise sublimit, there are again no disease-wise sublimit with HDFC Ergo Optima Secure. Next important parameter is pre-existing disease waiting. And here they've got a standard waiting period of 3 years. So that's a decent one. Then next feature is pre and post hospitalization charges. Sometimes we end up taking the diagnosis test before we actually get admitted. So HDFC Ergo Optima Secure provides a 60-day coverage before hospitalization and 180 days after discharge. So they provide that health cover within this duration as well. Then next important feature is restoration benefit. So sometimes what happens is, let's say you have taken a 5 lakh health cover and you end up consuming it. Now what will you do if there is another hospitalization claim? In that case, HDFC Ergo giving you 100% cover restoration benefit, which means even if you have consumed 5 lakh, you can restore that entire amount and can use it in the same year. The next very interesting feature is plus benefit. Here what it means is your sum insured will increase by 50% every year, even if you have claimed it in the previous year, and this can go up to 100%. The next feature is health checkup, where basically you can get a full body checkup every year and then you can also claim it. Then you have got Ayush treatment and so on. So apart from this, there are a lot of add-ons that also you can go through. So overall, Ditto team has given a rating of 4.54 to HDFC Ergo Optima Secure. Now let's look at the second health plan. So second health plan that I would recommend is Niva Bupa Reassure 2.0 Platinum Plus. If you look at the insurer profile, Niva Bupa was earlier known as Max Bupa. It was founded in 2008. So it has got 18 years of track record. If you look at the claim experience, it's got 92% claim settlement ratio, which is a decent one. Anything above 90% is good. Then hospital network is strong. As far as complaint is concerned, it's got 43 complaints per 10,000 claim registered. So as compared to HDFC Ergo, it is certainly on the higher side. Next, if you look at the key feature, one of the interesting features that stand out is lock the clock. So usually your health premium also increases with age. But what they do is they increase the premium only with inflation and not with the age. So that's a very interesting one. However, once the claim is made, the premium will be charged based on the exact age at renewable. Next, if you look at the co-payment, there's again no co-payment clause. In fact, if you want to take a co-payment of let's say 20%, then you can get additional discount, right? So based on that, you can decide what you want to do. Then if you look at the room rent, there are no room rent restriction. Next, if you look at the disease-wise sublimit, again, there is no specific disease-wise sublimit. If you look at pre-existing disease waiting, again, there's standard 3 years of waiting. But interestingly, you can take an add-on where conditions like hypertension and diabetes, if you have, you can reduce the pre-existing waiting period from 3 years to 0 years. Of course, you have to pay additional premium for that. Then next, if you look at pre and post hospitalization, they also provide 60 days before and 180 days after the discharge. Then next, if you look at restoration benefit, it is very interesting. What they do is you will be allowed to claim the full cover any number of times repeatedly. So for example, you have taken a 5 lakh health cover and you consume that, right? Then it will be restored. Next, again, let's say if you consume it, it will again get restored. So it will get restored unlimited time, which is a great feature. Then next very interesting feature is Booster Plus. So what it does is it basically calculates the unutilized base cover and transfer it to next year. So for example, let's say you started with 10 lakh and in that particular year, you have made a claim of 2 lakh. So your remaining 8 lakh will be added to your cover next year, which means next year your cover will become 18 lakh. And likewise, it will be added till it becomes 5 times of base cover. I think this is a great feature that they have provided. Apart from this, there are certain add-ons that you can go through. Overall, Ditto team has given a rating of 4.23 to Niva Bupa Reassure 2.0 Platinum Plus. Now, if you do a quick comparison of both the health plan, HDFC Ergo stands out in terms of claim settlement ratio, in terms of complaint ratio. Then if you look at the features, it provides a coverage multiplier of 2x from day one that can go up to 4x. Of course, Niva Bupa Booster Plus can take your coverage up to 5 times. As far as restoration benefit is concerned, HDFC Ergo provides 100% restoration, but here your Niva Bupa provides unlimited restoration within that year, right? So here Niva Bupa stands out. Then you have got premium stability. HDFC Ergo increases your premium standard wise, which is based on your age as well. Here Niva Bupa provides lock the clock, where your premium do not increase with age. So overall, on some features, HDFC Ergo stands out. On some feature, Niva Bupa Reassure 2.0 Platinum Plus stands out. Finally, if you look at the premium, your HDFC Ergo premium is slightly on the moderate side, where Niva Bupa is more affordable. And finally, in terms of rating, Ditto has given a rating of 4.54 to HDFC Ergo and Niva Bupa rating is 4.23. So the biggest lesson from this video is health insurance is one of the most important financial decisions of your life. So make sure that you don't just take any random health plan. Now between HDFC Ergo Optima Secure and Niva Bupa Reassure 2.0 Platinum Plus, both are genuinely strong options, but they serve different people. HDFC Ergo Optima Secure is the right pick if you want guaranteed coverage from day one, a higher cover ceiling of up to 2 crore, strong insurance track record with 97% claim settlement ratio, and peace of mind that your cover is working for you from the moment you buy it. It's especially good for families, people with chronic condition, and anyone who does not want to depend on annual bonuses. Niva Bupa Reassure 2.0 Platinum Plus is the right pick if you are young, healthy, and want to lock in your premium today before you start getting older. The lock the clock feature is genuinely unique, where your premium does not increase with age until you make a claim. And this plan rewards people who stay healthy over the long term. My honest suggestion is, don't make this decision based on premium alone. Think about your age, your health condition, your city, your family situation. And if you are still unsure which plan is right for you, simply take a 30-minute free consultation from Ditto team. No spam, no pressure, only genuine advice. The advisors will look at your specific situation and help you pick the right plan. I've left the link in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.